Progressive presents Get Pumped. Inspiration to help you do insurance stuff.
Okay, time out. You're gonna let your budget be the boss of you? Take control with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Tell us what you want to pay for car insurance, and we'll help you find options that fit your budget. Here's some music to get you pumped. Da-dong, 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 dang, dang. I hear your budget laughing at you. Oh, wait, that's just those kids laughing at me. Ignore them! Da-dong, da-dong,
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Source Material Podcast. I am your host, Jesse Starcher, and right now, this evening, we're going to be talking about a story that came out of right after Marvel's Civil War occurred in the pages of the Immortal Iron Fist, starting in, I believe, 2007. I think, according to this, it ran from 2007 to 2009. We're going to be talking the last Iron Fist story. On the podcast tonight, as per usual, Ronnie Adams from the Screaming Boy podcast. Are you ready to talk some Iron Fist tonight?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Why not? Let's do it. Let's do it to it. Now, to tell us why we're talking Iron Fist, I brought on the Patriarch. You guys may have heard of this guy. He's kind of new to the Source Material Podcast. His name is Mark Radulich. Mark, okay, no, seriously. Mark's been here for 100 years just like I have. We chose Iron Fist for a reason. Why did we choose Iron Fist, Mark Radulich?
Well, it just so happens that recently on Netflix, Season 2 of Iron Fist dropped, featuring the Steel Serpent Davos and a new character played by...
Iron Fist Season 2, Alice Eve?
Oh, it is Alice Eve.
Yeah.
And the character's name is Alice Walker, or did I...
Mary Walker?
Mary Walker. Well, that would make sense if she's called Typhoid Mary Dick. Anyway.
Typhoid Alice. The much less imposing sister, Typhoid Alice.
It's Typhoid Mary and Syphilis Alice. They're taking out the entire comic book universe. All right, let's get serious.
Everyone's been dreading.
Iron Fist season.
He says.
Iron Fist season 2 dropped earlier in the week, earlier in the month, and we are just getting around to it this week. A bit of a delay because of some other stuff that we had up, cruises and the Predator and all of that, but
hurricanes,
floodings, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. So we are finally ready.
Let's Ghostbusters.
Thank you. To discuss, we're going to be reviewing Iron Fist Season 2, and so to synergize with the release of Iron Fist Season 2 on Netflix, we are looking at, when Season 1 dropped, we looked at Iron Fist, the Living Weapon, and you'll know that because we reference it constantly on this show, because it's the worst thing we've ever read. It's just horrible. There's a golem, and
into a building.
He turned into a building. I mean, it was Iron Fist, the living construction. So it was. We hated it. So we're like, well, we're not going back to that again. And so I was flipping through different Iron Fist stories, trying to find one that featured the Steel Serpent, since I knew he was going to be a featured villain in Season 2. And so here we are. We landed on Ed Brubaker's and Matt Fraction's The Immortal Iron Fist, Volume 1, the first 6 issues, the last Iron Fist story.
Yeah, the last Iron Fist.
Why did you say his name weird?
Who?
Ed Brubaker.
Orville Redenbacher?
Orville Redenbaker? All right. No, shall I get the pronunciation bridge out?
Everybody hold hands as we cross the pronunciation bridge.
I don't want to hold hands with anybody going across that stupid bridge anymore.
Is it not
Brubaker?
Brubaker?
Halfway to naked.
Is it not?
I don't know what's going on around here.
Is it not Brubaker?
I think it's Brubaker. I'm pretty sure. It's spelled B-A-K-E-R.
Are you saying candlestick maker?
I mean, you could say Brubaker if you're like British.
Yeah,
but you're not.
Whatever you want to do.
I'm fancy. His name is Ed Brubaker.
Say it with your pinky out, Mark Radulich. Brubaker.
I'll say it with my cock out. Ed Brubaker.
Oh my God! No,
please.
I am standing on a precipice, cock out, yelling Ed Brubaker, and I will murderize anyone that gets in my way.
Oh boy. I don't think we'll be referencing the writer anymore tonight. At least I won't be, and Ronnie, you better not be, so don't give him any ideas.
So yes, Ed Brubaker and Matt Fraction.
Baker! Sorry. That kind of like Tourette's there.
Well, all right. So, okay. Ed Brubaker, Matt
Baker.
Fraction, come together, and they talk.
Right now, over me.
It's going. This could be a
Mark,
short
are you
episode.
drunk?
Could be a short episode. Nope. So, okay, these two
Definitely
writers.
feel like the longest one you've ever done.
I just want to give a little bit of background on Ed's history here. Okay, so Ed Brubaker comes into comics.
Baker.
Yeah, and then. So, according to the wiki, he's an American comic book writer and cartoonist. First early comics work was primarily in the crime fiction genre, with works such as Low Life, The Fall, Sandman Presents Dead Boy Detectives, and Scene of the Crime. He later became known for writing superhero comics such as Batman, Daredevil, Captain America, Catwoman, Uncanny X-Men, and The Authority, and has won an Eisner Award on 6 separate occasions. Now, there's one little quote from the wiki that I want to talk about here, just real quick to throw this out, all right? So, in February of 2010, a controversy arose with Captain America number 602, which depicted a group of anti-tax protesters, understood by some readers to be a Tea Party, which was characterized by the Falcon as exclusively white and racist group. Brubaker and Marvel editor-in-chief Joe Quesada apologized for the matter, explaining that although the group was not intended by Brubaker to represent any particular real-life group, one of the signs depicted in the scene read, "Teabag the libs before they teabag you." So, there you go. I just thought that was kind of interesting. Amidst the
live my life by that motto.
Teabag the
I will teabag you before you teabag me.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
The libs.
I applaud that.
Well, nutsacks aside. Now, Matt Fraction, better known as one of the guys that me and Ronnie have had a chance to talk about in the early stages of our podcast. Really, we never covered it yet, but we talked about it offline, and that was Matt Fraction's Hawkeye.
Yep.
And I was looking just to see,
which we will be covering this November during Robin Hood week.
That's right. So I was looking here and just to see
what you could see.
Just to see what I can see. The Immortal Iron Fist, like we said, came out in 2007. When did the Hawkeye? Hawkeye came out in like 2011, 2010?
Yeah, it was after Iron Fist.
2012, 2015.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right. And then David, we're going to call him Aja. David Aja. All right. He's the artist here who actually was... He was on the same book with Matt Fraction. He was on Hawkeye's, or Matt Fraction's Hawkeye as well. So we'll be revisiting him once we go back to that, at least for the first 3 issues. So, okay, let's get into this story here. You can go back to our previous episode and listen to us talk about our familiarity with Iron Fist. What we're going to do here is we're just going to do a quick synopsis of this book. Matter of fact, I'm going to read you the synopsis from issue 6 and then kind of give you a summary of the finale, what happens in issue 6, and then we'll just whatever moments you guys want to talk about, more than happy to bring up, and then we'll talk about our feelings on the book overall. We'll get out of here. So, the Immortal Iron Fist, Danny Rand. All right, Danny Rand, the head of Rand is it Rand Industries?
Industries.
Is it Rand Industries?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
To my knowledge, yeah.
All right, you're probably right. So also known as
better when you realize that.
Rand Corporation, by the way, according to this.
You know what? Shut up.
Anyway,
Brubaker.
also
Baker.
Also possessor of the Iron Fist. The mystical power from Kunlun, which what did we call it? Kunlun last time? I can't remember, but now it's Kunlun.
You know what? Mark's just going to say I'm wrong anyway, so say what you want.
Take a trip across the pronunciation bridge.
He learned Kung Fu in Oz.
Yeah, all right, that sounds good.
I believe it's pronounced Kunlun.
Kunlun. After rashly terminating a deal for the Rand Corporation to build high-tech trains in China for the Wygo Industries, Danny
I go Pogo for president. Hey, Pogo!
Listen, something's bothering me, and I hate to interrupt you,
Okay,
Jesse,
please.
but I have to ask Mark something.
Oh, fuck
please.
me.
Go ahead.
It's not that bad. It could be. So when you pick up, we'll say, a dozen donuts or some bagels.
Is this because I'm fat?
Some fresh, no, shut up. Some bread or something like that. Do you go to the Bacher to pick those up or the baker?
Go to the Bacher.
So, okay, Danny Rand finds himself attacked from all sides. First, he learns that Wygo is a front company for the evil cult Hydra and is nearly killed investigating their organization. Soon after, Danny discovers that someone else is wielding the power of the Iron Fist, leaving him disoriented and in great pain. That man is grizzled World War I veteran named Orson Randall, a man missing since 1933, who now seeks Danny's help after nearly being assassinated. And he shares the brand of Xiao Lao with Danny. This was the last person to bear the mantle of the immortal Iron Fist. Their fates are intertwined. Orson tells Danny how, after World War I, he shamed Kunlun by refusing to fight in a mystical martial arts tournament. This dishonor not only stained the legacy of the Iron Fist, but now Danny, as the current incarnation, must pay the price. To survive, the two men must not only fend off attacks from the legions of Hydra, but also reclaim the Book of the Iron Fist, a historical record of the immortal weapon from Kunlun that Orson hid in an attempt to end the tradition once and for all. Orson knows that Crane Mother, lord of the rival mystical city of Kunzi, is orchestrating the attempts on Danny's life and on his own. She has resurrected Davos. Oh, man, that evil son of a gun. Davos, the steel serpent, enemy to 2 generations of Rands, and the madman who once died trying to steal the power of the Iron Fist to fulfill her bloody bounty. He's been charged with hunting down and killing Orson Randall and promised Danny's life as a reward. And with the forces of Hydra and the armies of Kunzi at his command, Davos is about to succeed. Now, when we pick up the final issue, during the final confrontation with Davos and Hydra, the villains appear to get the upper hand when Orson battles Davos and is killed. But during his death, he transfers his power to Danny. It is then Luke Cage, Colleen Wing, and Misty Knight show up to help out. Danny faces Davos, and with one blow between the two, the windows of the 3rd floor of Rand Tower are destroyed. Content to fight another day, Davos retreats, satisfied now that the first half of the deal has been done. Orson Randall is dead. At the end of the book, Danny's master, Li Kung, the Thunderer, and UT, the august personage in Jade, appear to tell Danny he must fight for the honor of Kunlun as the Iron Fist in the tournament of heavenly cities, and Danny must put aside his search for Hogarth, who was abducted by Hydra. He must put aside his search for Hogarth and Davos and return to the city where he once gained his power. So there you go. That's issues 1 through 6, full of shit to edit. So let me turn it over to somebody else that can speak a little bit better than I can. But that
rules me out.
That's either one of you. So, Mark, we'll start with you, man. What did you think here? Did you have anything that stuck out to you? What did you think of the book? Give us your thoughts.
I thought it was a perfect little adventure story of like a hero, his mentor, kind of a Luke Yoda situation, or maybe Indiana Jones and the asshole from the Transformers movie. You know who I'm talking about?
Shia.
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf.
Yes.
We were talking about this offline, where I don't think there was any inner meaning to this story. I don't think there's anything revelatory about it. I just thought it was a nice adventure story. I thought it had everything an Iron Fist story should have. He's fighting a well-known secret society in Hydra. He's got a his main nemesis Davos, the Steel Serpent, doing his thing. I liked the idea of like the fallen hero who's just like, well, I'm no good to you anymore, and I've got to go. But here's your opportunity to make it right, and Danny Rand thought he knew what all there was to know about being an Iron Fist, and then he learns there's more to it than he could ever realize, and he becomes a better Iron Fist for it. I felt like this was right out of the hero's journey, and it was a fun read. I mean, would I continue with the Immortal Iron Fist if I was just like reading comics for the sake of reading? I don't know, maybe. I mean, Ed Brubaker and Matt Fraction.
No,
what are you guys laughing at? Anyway, Ed Brubaker and Matt Fraction, I think they did a really good job of crafting a story, and I really enjoyed the artwork in this, believe it or not. I thought, especially some of the covers of these first 6 issues looked, some of them could have doubled as movie posters.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you right now, the artwork inside the book by David Aja, when we get to Hawkeye's book, he does a phenomenal job in that book as well. There are some pieces in there, Mark, I think you'll probably come away going, okay, this is very impressive. You can tell that with this being his early work in 2007, and then we go another 5 years into the future, you can tell that he has come a long way. So we'll talk about that when we get to it. But Ronnie, I mean, what do you think of Orson Randall, this gun-toting war veteran that shows up with the Iron Fist power?
It was a really cool concept, in my opinion, because when you think about Iron Fist, you think kung fu. You don't be like water. He actually says that in the book, but you don't think that through the ages there are different Iron Fists. Maybe they did have call to use a firearm or something a little stronger than their hands. Mm-hmm. I mean, he was fighting a world war, for goodness sakes. It was kind of cool. I mean, he was definitely what's the word I'm looking for? A little more lethal, than Danny Rand. But although in that first fight with Hydra, Danny Rand did break a Hydra neck.
Oh, dude, there were some deaths that were happening left and right in this book.
Yeah. I mean, didn't Orson punch through somebody's sternum?
He did.
I mean, he punched a dude in half.
And that was that's what left Danny laying on the floor. He didn't know what exactly was going on, but his hand looked like it was crippled or something, because when he used the power, the Iron Fist power, the chi or whatever, or the chai, then he would...
It's a T, my friend.
He would, when he used that, it would hurt Danny in some way. But
it would drain his power.
He didn't hold back.
No, it was different, and I liked it.
That was one thing. Now, the remnants of Civil War were talked about a little bit here. I know I mentioned that at the beginning here, because was it Colleen,
Black Cat,
and Misty
Knight, and somebody else? I can't remember. There were 4 ladies on there
that started a Heroes for Hire, and they were like pro registration.
Yeah,
which was interesting because both Danny and Luke were kind of underground at this time.
Yeah, they were anti-registration, fighting for Cat, and even said in the book, I can't believe they're fighting for him, or she's talking about Misty Knight. I can't believe she's fighting for him, referencing Tony Stark.
Yeah, Mark Radlich, did you got any opinion on Orson Randall here?
Like I said, I liked him. I liked him as sort of the old grizzled fallen hero who's just at this point trying to redeem himself by passing on what he knows to Danny. And I like, and we talked about how on the show how Danny is really immature and everything, and this iteration of Danny is more accepting to learning something new and gaining more knowledge, and that the Iron Fist isn't just about throwing an energy punch. There's more to it than that, and I actually like the way that it ended with them saying okay, you've got the power of the Iron Fist. You need and even Orson says the same thing. It's like you need to do what I couldn't do, which is you need to honor your position as the Iron Fist and go fight in the All Valley Karate tournament against Billy.
How about Davos there, Mark?
No, this character made sense, and I think the most prominent feature of this character is how jealous he is of Dany. That in his mind, Dany stole his birthright, and that he'll never be whole, he'll never be happy until he's able to take it back. Take it back. Take it back.
Take it back. I'm taking it back. Let's cut to the chase here, because I've got a list we got to go over. Oh, yeah, this is going to be fun. So, Ronnie, what do you think of the book overall?
It was good. I mean, I enjoyed it. For me, it drug in a couple of places, but overall, I mean, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I like the fact that he didn't keep repeating himself constantly. Like it's one of the things I've struggled with, since I've been reading comics with you guys, is because we read things in bunches and not one issue per month. The so many times it's that Bloom County thing of the narration of the character, but because they repeat the same thing month after month after month. There was a little bit of that here, but it wasn't too much.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, did you just reference Bloom County?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think we are, adults? They don't read that crap.
I used to love Bloom County.
Is that in a paper? An actual newspaper? Is that what it is? I don't get it.
I'm scared and cold, and I want to go home.
Dany's character. Okay, we've read a couple things with Dany Rand as the Iron Fist in them. What do you think of his character in here?
Dany Rand, at the beginning of this comic, really does go on like the hero's journey, because he starts off thinking he knows all there is to know about the Iron Fist, and then Orson, kind of like being the Obi-Wan Kenobi, be probably better than Yoda, kind of shows him this doorway into a larger universe, and he realizes that he knows, and kind of like the show too, where I can't remember which character it was. It was the one that ended up being in Hydra. The Hand, rather, where it was he thinks the Iron Fist is just an aggressive weapon. It's just a destructive weapon, but he uses it to heal. Like the Iron Fist energy can do all sorts of things, and that's one of the things I liked about this, and I think it connects really, really well to the TV show. Is that Dany's whole arc as a character is, he thinks he's just a kung fu fighter, but really he's something more, and that something more comes from the Iron Fist energy. And that's what the story for me was about, and that's one of the things I liked about it, that he was, that he starts off thinking like, okay, I'm the greatest ninja to ever walk the planet, and he realizes he's more than that, and he's open to it.
Ninjas are Japanese.
It doesn't matter.
I ain't got no fucking clue. I don't care.
I feel like he was open to it. There wasn't too much resistance. He didn't really need to be convinced all that much in 6 issues. And then by the end of it, he seems like a much more matured character, but still one that has a long way to go.
I mentioned that this feels like the stepping stone for a larger story that's going to happen. And of course, that's what this was. This was an ongoing series, I think, from up until I want to say there's a total of 27 issues here. So that's a good 2 years worth of stories written. I got the same feeling like this was, hey, look at the world that's in front of you. We've got Kunlun, you've got Davos, who escaped, and of course swore, "Hey, your day's coming, Dany." And also Hogarth, who we really didn't talk about much, but he was abducted by Hydra.
He's a simpering lawyer.
Gets abducted by Hydra, and then what happens at the end? Hogarth disappears. The heroes for hire, which is Luke, Colleen, and Misty, are thinking, oh crap, we've got to go after Hogarth. And Iron Fist is like, yeah, we better. And then, the Thunderer and August and Jade or whatever show up. And Danny's like, well, fuck Hogarth. I've got to go. So he leaves. And I'm like, well, okay. So I guess we kind of got that left to that's kind of hanging out there. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed Orson Randall as a character, showing up here for 6 issues and then going away, giving you an idea. And just like you said, Ronnie, there was a lot that was brought up about the history of the Iron Fist. Actually, about every issue, I think, opens with some...
They showed a new Iron Fist.
Yeah, and I thought that was pretty
old.
Yeah, so, I agree with you. I thought that was a very cool thing to see. Like this isn't just special to Dany. That there's been a number of Iron Fists throughout the years.
Similar to Black Panther when we were talking that last Black Panther story,
right,
which was my overall opinion of the story. I mean, yes, it's maybe the rest of the series is great. It went 27 issues, which in 2007 I don't think was too hard to do.
I will say this. I enjoy Matt Fraction quite a bit. And Mark, don't. Give me this one. Feel like I enjoy Matt Fraction's later stuff more. Or maybe it was Ed Brubaker's, input on this. I'm not sure. It was good. But I felt like Matt Fraction's Hawkeye run was outstanding.
I was going to say, that Hawkeye run apparently gets, a lot of praise from people.
It was really good. I mean, it was fantastic. This was good. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed it. I would continue reading, and probably will if it's still on Unlimited, just to see what happens next. But the whole Civil War storyline, I really enjoyed Civil War.
Yeah.
So it was cool to see that this being in the wake of that. So.
Mm-hmm. So, all right. So it sounds like we all enjoyed the Immortal Iron Fist, and I think that our readers should go listen to it, or maybe our listeners should go read it.
That's it. I think it's a nice companion piece for.
Are you drunk, Jesse?
Season 2?
Iron Fist Season 2, yeah.
Okay, I would agree. All right, well, let's just hit the brakes and make an immediate left turn and head over to...
Exit stage right?
No,
I will not be exiting any stages left or right ever again.
All right, we're heading over to Bleacher Report. I hear that's a fun site to go to.
Oh, fuck me sideways.
Let's go to Bleacher Report.
What?
Here we go. You ready?
Why are you so...
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, Ronnie Adams, this is Jeff.
Wait, hang on. Since you said it, give me a second. Hang on.
Oh, he's got a soundbite.
Are you ready? No! I said, are you ready?
So it would help if I could actually hear the soundbite.
Oh, God!
Michael Scott is writhing in pain.
Oh, God, please, no! 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 No!
Mark Radlich, how many fucking times are you going to play that? All right, so we're over on BleacherReport.com, okay? And we are going to just briefly discuss, and Mark, you chime in. I don't know if you've watched too many of these, but if you have, great, just say what you want to say. But Ronnie Adams, I know you most likely have at least seen 90% of this list, maybe even 100. We'll find out. We're going to read their ranking of the 10 worst American martial arts movies.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes. My body is ready.
All right, guys. Good night.
No, you're ready. Mark Radlich, you will sit here and you will say to yourself,
Mark, quit
I
being
can't
a
wait.
douche.
Here we go.
That was harsh, and I apologize.
Chime in, Mark. I know you've probably seen some of these. They're American martial arts movies, okay? So we got 2 honorable mentions here. Mark, you tell me, did you go see Street Fighter in the theaters?
Oh.
Ooh. I know I saw Mortal Kombat in the theaters. I'm not sure about Street Fighter.
Okay, 1994.
I've seen Street Fighter. I don't know if I saw it in the theater, though.
Okay. What were your thoughts?
It's a hot pile of garbage.
Ronnie Adams, honorable mention Street Fighter.
It was a wonderful hot pile of garbage. Okay. I have more respect for it now than what I did.
Explain yourself.
Because it's terrible, and it's wonderful because it's terrible. It's just one of those things that I can laugh at and watch now. It's not like, all right, so Mortal Kombat is not a good movie. I mean, I don't care what anybody says.
But boy, how they tried.
Yeah, they did well, for what they had. And I just feel that at some point the makers of Street Fighter said, you know what? This is crap. And they just said, okay, let's have fun with it. But don't tell Jean-Claude. Just give him more cocaine.
Oh, dude, I remember hearing a story. Matter of fact, I was watching Cinemassacre where he was doing so much coke while filming that movie. While he was filming the movie. I mean, his coke habit was huge during the movie. And one time they were going to film the movie, they were doing a day of filming, and he said no, he couldn't do it because he had to go to the gym to work on his muscles.
Yeah.
So.
It's like a whole Wesley Snipes in Blade 3 where he just sat in his trailer and smoked pot all day. It was that before. I mean, he was Wesley Snipes before Wesley Snipes was.
All All right. Well, okay. We're only at the honorable mentions here. I do want to quickly give a shout out to my stepdad, who has endured some of the worst movies ever at the theaters with me. I made him go see Star Trek 5.
Ooh.
I made him go see.
Is that one where they hunt the whales?
No, that's 4.
Yeah, that's the best one.
Yeah, I made him go see Superman 4.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And he also went to go watch. Seriously. Here we go. So he went to go watch Street Fighter with me as well. He also went to go see Last Action Hero with me, which apparently is one of the worst movies ever.
Last Action Hero is great.
I love the movie. It's one of my favorite movies, but it is like it bombed.
They're terrible.
Second honorable mention, The Karate Kid from 2010. So
Okay.
Mark Radulich,
The Karate Kid where he doesn't learn karate.
Mark Radulich, did you watch the 2010 Karate Kid?
Talk about the one where he goes to Japan.
No, he goes to China, you moron. Sorry.
No, Japan.
He's passionate.
Wait a minute. No, fuck you. Okay.
Jackie Chan. It's Jackie Chan and Will Smith's kid.
He lives in Hong Kong.
Hang on. No, wait. Stop for a second. Are we talking about the Ralph Macchio Karate Kid Part 2?
No, 2010.
No, 2010.
I don't know anything after what happens after Karate Kid Part 3. I haven't seen anything.
Karate Kid 2 is where he went to Japan.
I just
what do you
said
think
that.
about Karate Kid?
Didn't he just say, Mark, did you ever see Karate Kid Part 2?
No, he said Karate Kid.
Hold on a second.
The one, the original one?
No. 2010, Mark.
Is that when the Karate Kid 2 came out?
Number 10.
Now you're just being mean.
Number 10 from 1988. Jean-Claude Van Damme, Bloodsport.
Ooh.
That is the best movie ever.
This is okay. They said these are the worst.
Yes, we're counting down.
Bullshit. Bloodsport's the fucking best.
Okay, I'm not going to say it's the best martial arts movie ever, but it is wonderful. While that probably is one of the worst martial arts movies ever, it does deserve its place on this list at number 10.
Okay.
It's not the worst.
I hope Roadhouse is number 1.
Ooh, oh well then.
You do not speak ill of Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
I think we're gonna have a little fun. Ronnie Adams, I know, has watched a lot of martial arts movies, so maybe what I'll do is kind of read a little bit of the description and see if Ronnie can guess what number 9 is.
Okay.
I'll lay this out for you. James Earl Jones is coaching Chris Penn and Eric Roberts to defeat the Korean national karate team.
Watchmen.
Oh my gosh. No. Shut up.
Watchmen. V for Vendetta. From Hell.
From Hell, yeah.
Is it Gladiator?
1989.
Hold on, don't tell me. Tell me.
Gladiator with Brian Dennehy.
James Earl Jones.
Oh.
Star Wars.
I'm so disappointed.
Oh, now we got Ronnie on the hot seat here. All right, well, you got 10 seconds, sir. Move this podcast along. 1989. James Earl Jones, Chris Penn, and Eric Roberts.
Oh, shoot. Hold on.
Number
I know
9.
Best of the best. Best of the best.
Get off the internet, Ronnie Adams.
I'm not on the internet. It's best of the best. I was trying to figure it out, but I knew because I've watched it. It's one of the. Chris Penn is the worst martial artist ever. I've seen it. He wears the cowboy hat.
Oh my goodness. All right, good job, Ronnie Adams. 1993, number 8. All right, before Matt Dacascos was the chairman, he was the Capoeira Maestro.
Capoeira. Capoeira. It's Capoeira. Brubacher. Capoeira.
Everybody hold their dicks as we cross the pronunciation bridge. All right, so what is it, Ronnie Adams? Do you have any idea what movie from 1993 showcased Capoeira?
Only the Strong?
Oh my gosh, number 8, Only the Strong. There he goes.
Because he taught inner city kids, like troubled kids, capoeira, and they fought on the beach.
Mark, did you learn capoeira?
Do I know capoeira? No.
Yeah. Okay. You're a jiu-jitsu guy, right? Is that what you do?
Jiu-jitsu and kickboxing, yeah.
Okay, all right. Because I know you've dabbled.
I have dabbled.
You just don't like to watch the kick punch movies. I don't understand that. That's
No.
he doesn't. He doesn't like to watch them. He said it himself.
Boring.
What? Well, you're boring.
You're boring.
Sorry.
Going to Ronnie gets upset. He gets a little upset. Here we go. We're going to 1989. All right.
Back to playing my video game.
Yeah, you do that. Just kind of keep it down
Just
if
turn
you would.
it down.
Go to your room. Keep it down.
I'm having fun.
1989. The style that was showcased is Muay Thai. Muay Thai.
Muay Thai.
Muay Thai.
What are you, Vince McMahon? Oh, where does it get that Muay Thai stuff?
Muay Thai.
No, it's not a Mai Tai. It's Muay Thai. Muay Thai kickboxing.
Okay. Jean-Claude Van Damme, 1989.
Kickboxer.
Oh,
Kickboxer.
Mark Radlich taking it home with
Yeah.
Kickboxer. There
Yeah,
you go.
I know my Jean-Claude Van Damme movies.
Oh, we're heading back to Jean-Claude Van Damme territory yet again. But this one.
All right. I got to ask. Bloodsport, who was it about?
Who was
It
it
was a
about?
semi-biographical movie.
Watchmen. V for Vendetta.
Frank Dukes, who has been...
Deuce Bigelow, the male gigolo.
It's about Duke from G.I. Joe.
He claims...
Chuckles.
Oh, my
Cobra
God.
Commander.
He claims all these records, but none of them can be proven.
Oh, really?
I like how
Yeah.
the show has devolved into us bullying each other.
I know, right? All right, let's hit... what number are we on? 7?
Number 7, I think Mark already got that one with
Okay, what's
Kickboxer.
number 6?
Number 6 is Jean-Claude Van Damme yet again in 1996.
Universal Soldier.
We're talking martial arts here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just take his earlier film Bloodsport, change the venue from Hong Kong to Tibet, change Jean-Claude Van Damme's character's name from Dux to Dubois.
Dukes. I just said it. Frank Dukes.
You said that? Oh, okay.
Yes, and it's The Quest.
Throw it. Very good. The Quest.
Christopher
1996.
Dubois.
It's not Du Bois? Wait a second.
No.
Years from now. And so when you wanted to do a comic book show, who did you get to do it? Well, I found this guy that could barely read, and I thought he'd be really good at hosting a comic book show.
That's funny. You winning? Are you winning on your game? Huh? Are you winning? I hope you get a high score. You dick face.
Passive aggressive Jesse is my favorite Jesse.
All right. Moving on to the top 5 here. All right, 1993. So this style showcased karate, and it says, in case you didn't know, Billy Blanks used to be an actor. Notice I didn't say a good one. Anybody have an idea of a Billy Blanks movie from 1993? Here we go. It's a plot synopsis. Kid moves to a new town from Kansas, likes a girl and her boyfriend, beats him silly. I'm sure you can figure out the rest from here. Don't forget the B-movie staple, an illegal fighting ring that must be stopped, and Billy is just the janitor to do it.
I know this. It had Christine Taylor in it.
I don't know who Christine Taylor is.
She played Marsha Brady in the remake of the Brady Bunch.
Okay.
And she-
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Stiller.
she's on Insatiable.
Showdown.
Very nice. All right, here we go. Number 4. Oh, my gosh. Yep, I'm going to have to agree with this one. Rather panned, even as a child, 1992, Showcase Ninjutsu, all right? Even as a child, I thought the idea of 3 elementary age
3
children-
ninjas.
He beat me to it. That was a terrible movie.
Okay, very good. So, guy enrolls in new school. Guy flirts with girl and her boyfriend beats him silly. This time, the film seeks to capitalize on the explosion in popularity of MMA.
Shoot.
It tries to incorporate social networking, online video, overindulged teenagers, and every other cliche relating to the last 5 years that you can think of. So, yeah, this one's kind of tough. I don't know if I remember this one. I wish I could tell who stars in it. I have no idea. Looks familiar.
Never Back Down.
Come on, Ronnie, get off the computer.
I'm not on a
Get
computer.
off
I'm
the
actually.
computer.
I'm not, because there was Never Back Down 2 as well, and it was rated R because there was some like graphic stuff in that. But Never Back Down, there was a video from a fight in that movie where the antagonist was fighting a guy who did capoeira, and
what's that?
Capoeira.
He did the fight dancing.
Oh,
and he Superman punched a guy in the movie, and it was passed around on the internet as real.
Oh,
saying a U.S. Marine was fighting in an underground ring or something, and it was complete. I was like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, no, that's a movie. I know what that is. No, it was Never Back Down.
Unbelievable. All right, number 2, we're going back to the 80s, 1989. Style showcases pit fighting. This is another guilty pleasure and a surefire way to get my wife to leave the room, according to this writer here. Lou Ferrigno is a Rambo-esque war hero who is injured and must be cared for by his buddy whose life he saved. Lou is then tricked into fighting in an illegal fighting ring and must fight for both of their lives. Lou Ferrigno, 1989. Mark Radulich.
The Incredible Hulk.
Is it just called Cage?
It is just fucking Ronnie Adams on the internet. Get off the internet.
I'm not on the internet.
Get off the internet.
I've seen every one of these movies.
Number 1, 1994. All I have to do is say 3 people here. Actually, one person. One actor playing a martial artist by the name of Hilary Swank.
It's the
next Karate Kid.
Yes,
Karate Kid, yeah.
There you go.
I was going to say the Return of the Karate Kid for some reason.
I've never seen that one, so I have no idea.
Terrible.
Is it bad?
It's terrible.
Well, is it just like the same where they go into the tournament and do everything?
No.
Will Hilary Swank show up in the show? That's what I want to see. Cobra Kai, Hilary Swank.
I hope not.
Does Hilary Swank turn into a boy?
So we're done here, obviously. I don't think... I mean, there wasn't much left after Three Ninjas, but let's get out of here. Mark Radulich, once you're done playing your game and yawning, why don't you tell us what we've got to look forward to here on the Radulich and Broadcasting Network this week?
Urination.
The urination of domination.
What?
Tomorrow on the Radulich and Broadcasting Network, Robert Winfrey and I will be reviewing for TV Party Tonight Iron Fist Season 2, brought to you by the good people at Marvel and Netflix and ABC Studios. And on Wednesday, myself and Jesse Starcher will be reviewing the new Therapy album, Cleave. Jesse got a taste of Therapy. Throughout the week, we've been doing little Metal Hammer of Doom extras for Therapy, where we looked at, I played for him Knives, though there's no video for that, so there's no extra for it. You remember that one, Jesse? My girlfriend says I need help. My boyfriend says I'd be better off dead.
Yes. That'll be an interesting band. Crazy videos.
But yeah, we looked at another one from Troublegum. We looked at Diane, which was an interesting video, and we looked at the new video from this album. So that's all there is this week. Last week was Predator Week all week long here on the Radulich and Broadcasting Network. Last Monday was a hoot and a half. We reviewed Archie versus Predator, which was a nice palate cleanser from the very serious, very thought-provoking Exit Stage Left, the Snagglepuss Chronicles. On Tuesday, Damn You Hollywood came back with a review of The Predator. Jesse and I reviewed the new Corporal Kalani, and then Sean Comer and I did an on-trial for Robert Rodriguez's Predators. Next week begins our celebration of all things scary. It's Halloween all month long on the Radulich and Broadcasting Network. We kick things off with source material Deadpool, Dracula's Gauntlet. Jesse and I do a TV party tonight for Ozark Season 2, which isn't really so much scary or Halloween related as it is just fit nicely into that part of the schedule. And then we're on the Metal Hammer of Doom. It's all covers all week long, because get it how, like a song, if it's a cover, it's wearing a costume. Get it?
Jeez.
Halloween. Get it?
I get it, but I don't like it.
We're going to look at Power Glove. Continue. If you're looking for some extra content, believe it or not, Screaming Boy came out of his hole and did a show. 2 of them,
you know what?
even. We now I don't want to confuse people here. The show was about the DC Universe over-the-top app. It wasn't about the DC Universe comic books, okay?
Is there like a DC Universe comic on Over the Top the movie?
Maybe. I'll check Read Comics online.
Go to Read Comic Online. Let's find out. It's a new site that I heard about.
Yeah. So anyway, Ronnie and I did a Screaming Boy exclusive here on the Rattlegion Broadcasting Network where we looked at the new DC Universe app, which launched September 13th. We followed that up with a TV Party Tonight Extra. We did a commentary for Superman Doomsday. That was a lot of fun. And then shortly after that, myself and Pat Mullen did alternative commentary for Canelo versus Triple G2. So all of that's up in the archives. Check that out. We've got reviews of Insatiable, Barbed Wire, Legion Season 2. You know what we don't have? A review of the new Alice in Chains because lawyers. But the lawyers have left me alone on everything else. So there's plenty of content for you to enjoy right here on the Rattlegion Broadcasting Network. Fist up to the wrist. Put it on a t-shirt, Mindy.
Don't, Mindy. Don't. I have a podcast called the Scream Boy Podcast. It's pretty good. We came out of retirement, I guess, to do a network exclusive, as Mark said. It was the DC Universe OTT app, and it was really fun. I had a lot of fun with it. I know Mark did as well, and we have other network exclusives right here. You know, we did the day Laughter died, the firing of James Gunn. We also did the rise and fall of Toys R Us. We got a lot of good stuff. We got a lot of good stuff in the archives as well on iTunes and TuneIn, Stitcher, iHeart, and what's that other one that we have? Spotify. Yeah, there we go. And then, we got a lot of great stuff out there. So, click subscribe. We're going to be back very soon. I'm just working on getting some editing software and things like that. So go on and hit subscribe. There'll be new stuff out just as soon as possible. We're on every social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Twitter's at Screaming Boy PR. The other two are Screaming Boy Podcast. We want to hear from you. Give us a like, give us a follow. I'm going to, unfortunately, Greensboro Comic-Con was postponed due to Hurricane Florence. It will be in January now. So I will be going to that in January. And all the normal guests and vendors and everything have agreed to come back. But before that, in October, I will be going to Fayetteville Comic-Con, where I hope to meet Tony Todd and talk to him a little bit about Candyman and things like that. And then I will also meet Tom Savini, who is the director and special effects makeup artist, who directed Mr. Todd in the remake of The Night of the Living Dead. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm still debating on whether going to North Carolina Comic-Con because it's really expensive this year, and they haven't announced any guests. We post a lot of comic convention pictures, mostly of cosplay, because you see some really awesome cosplay there on our Instagram, so check that out. And I think that's about it.
Okay, I'm ready to get out of here. Mark Rattlich over there. Ronnie Adams over there.
I think Mark's already asleep.
I'm awake. Thank you very much. I'm scratching my balls. I'm waiting for the show to end.
This is the end. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good one. Bye-bye.
Mark pooped himself.
Boop. That brings this episode of Source Material to a close. Thank you all for joining us. Make sure to give that Rattlich in Broadcasting Facebook page a like to stay up on top of all the great podcasts we have to offer. We are at home on Spreaker, but you can also find us on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, and recently we have hit the air on Spotify. Find your favorite podcast platform and type in RADULICH to subscribe for some great content. If you enjoyed this show, please feel free to share and spread the word. And as always, we appreciate any feedback and look forward to entertaining you again soon.
Alexa, turn out the living room light. Alexa, take off my pants.
I couldn't find a list called pants.
Take one. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Source Material. Once more with feeling.
I may have to stop us in order to poop. We got... Is he licking the peanut butter off your balls again?
Why do you say such things?
Because it's funny.
Not to me.
He's clenching his buns, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh. Can I make a suggestion that you not question how I pronounce things if you don't want more of that? Don't make me laugh. I'm gonna poop.
Now, if you shit yourself on this podcast, okay.
All right, I feel like this is a good time for me to excuse myself momentarily whilst I take in number 2.
He shamed Kunlun. Shit. Kunlun. One blow between the and one strike. What the fuck did I write there? And one content to fight another day.
Brubacher. I like to go into Chinatown and absorb a naked Asian once in a while.
I have nothing to say now.
Okay, yeah.
Let me have this one, Mark.
You can have it.
What
the hell
in
is
God's
that?
name is happening?
Where
are the aliens landing and why have they come?
I'm sorry. I'm talking and playing a video game at the same time.
Oh, well, that's Ronnie.
That's my shtick.
It's a puzzle game, but the puzzle game occasionally, I have it on mute.
The loudest puzzle game ever.
Well, no.
It's a puzzle to try and concentrate while that fucking loud-ass screeching is going on.
Let me tell you something about me that you might not know. I'm never done shitting.
What do you think, just real quick, Mark, before
the video game?
Before the advertisements take over again? I hope you win. I really do. Mark, what do you think?
Yeah, I feel like at the beginning I feel
What the hell, dude? Can you stop? Just get the thought out.
Just get your thought out and then play the game. What the heck? There is a volume button on that phone, man.
I hope said reviewer gets to listen to this. These guys know what they're talking about.
It's gone south since I last listened.
All right, here we go. You know that there's a Three Ninjas sequel with Hulk Hogan in it, right?
Yes, there is.
Three Ninjas on, was it?
Strike Back,
Mountain?
wasn't it?
Three Ninjas on Fire Island.
Three Ninjas on Snake Mountain. There was a He-Man crossover. It was crazy.
There was Three Ninjas.
Three Ninjas Lost in Paradise. Wow, I'm sitting.
Three Ninjas Kick Back, and Three Ninjas High Noon at Mega Mountain. I thought there was another movie, Three Ninjas Knuckle Up, that came between
Three Ninjas Knuckle Duster.
Three Ninjas Camel Toe.
Wow, Jesse.
Three Ninjas Fist Up to the Wrist.
What's number 3? Oh, God. Can I have Jesse back?
Like a triangle. Oh, jeez. Okay, that's horrible.
Snorting. Oh, my God. Urination is not far away.
Oh, man. I don't think he's laughed so hard at one of his own jokes before.
Hi, my name's Ken, and I own Good Start Packaging in Bedford, New Hampshire. With my Spark Cash Card from Capital One, I earn unlimited 2% cash back on all my business purchases. And last year, that added up to $36,000 in cash back. That's right, $36,000. Thanks to that, I was able to offer health care to my employees. The Spark Cash Card did a lot for my business. Imagine what it could do for yours. What's in your wallet?
Real Capital One customers paid for real stories. Credit approval required.